What's going on, guys? This is Simon from Shanghai again. Welcome to another average Chinese video. 2 weeks ago, we went to Taiwan to spend some time with my wife's family. And then last week, we went to Japan for about 5 days. Overall, it was a very amazing experience. I will post my travel video in probably later this week. So if you are interested, please stay tuned for that. Okay, moving on to the main topic. I think I've said this before that I've been to Taiwan many times, and one of the part I like most about Taiwan is its friendly and caring people. I feel like Taiwanese are extremely compassionate and empathetic towards strangers, while in mainland China, generally speaking, I feel like we show less empathy towards strangers. I bet many of you guys have read the news about the accident of a Chinese toddler. It happened several years ago in Foshan, a city in Guangzhou province. The little girl got run over by 2 vehicles. As the toddler lay on the street for more than 7 minutes, at least 18 people have passed by, but they all pretend nothing happened and ignored her. She was eventually helped by some female garbage scavenger and sent to the nearby hospital, but she still passed away due to severe injury. Of course, a single case can represent the entire society, but as an average Chinese guy, based on my 25 years experience compared to other countries in the region, I feel like fewer people are willing to stand up to be the Samaritan in China. For instance, if you have lived in China long enough, you probably have seen people cutting the line, kids taking a dump, people spitting in the public, etc. I bet many people around know that they were doing the wrong thing, but very few people are willing to point it out and try to correct them. Most of the time, people will just mind their own business, including me. You may wonder why the second largest economy in the world has very few Samaritans. So today, let me just try to explain why we are living in a relatively cold-hearted society. Once again, the following idea is just my own thoughts, maybe not 100% accurate. If you disagree with me, please share your thoughts with us under the comment section. I think there are several major factors that have deeply influenced our society and eventually lead us to where we are today. In this video, let me name 3 of them. The first factor, Cultural Revolution. Many of you guys may have heard about it from the news or history book, but you may not know how profoundly it has influenced our society. My grandparents talk about the dark era all the time. I'm not going to get into detail about the event. Hopefully in the future, I'm able to let my grandparents talk about it in my future video. Basically, what's happened is that the government started an anti-capitalism campaign. People are encouraged to report friends, colleagues, even family members around them whom they think are not loyal to the communism. For instance, if you complain about the government's policy or criticize our great leader, the friends or colleagues who have heard your speech can report you. At that time, someone from the party would pay you a visit. The best scenario for you will be writing an apology letter. A more severe case will be losing your job and you will be forced to confess your guilt in front of the public. And if the situation is really serious, you may end up into re-education camp. My grandparents said it is the darkest time they have ever experienced. Friends and colleagues turn into complete strangers, kids report their own parents, and students beat up their professors. Basically, you won't want to trust anyone, even your loved one, because you never know, someday you may get yourself into trouble with some trivial words you have said. During those 10 years, everyone was just trying to survive, and people have learned that the best way to keep yourself away from the trouble is to stay low, mind your own business. Although the Cultural Revolution has ended for more than 50 years now, the Dark Age still haunts a lot of people. People who have experienced it will pass their survival skill towards their kids and even their grandkids. When I was a kid, my grandma always said, "Don't ever try to meddle with others' business, mind your own business." She has witnessed several of her friends who pay the price for their compassion, and sometimes the price is literally their life. Moving on, let's talk about the second factor. We Chinese people have heard too many stories of people getting themselves into trouble because of being a Samaritan. One of the most famous stories is Peng Yu's case. In 2006, a young man named Peng Yu helped an old woman who had fallen on the street. He took her to a hospital and waited to see if the old woman was alright. Later, however, the woman and her family accused Mr. Peng of causing the incident. A judge decided in favor of the woman and held Mr. Peng liable for the injury. After that, the case was reported by many major media, and it became a trending topic for the entire nation. An eyewitness present at the scene claims that the old lady fell herself, but the woman insisted that Mr. Peng has caused her fall. Later, the court adjusted the verdict and resulted in Peng paying 10% of the cost. However, the truth still remains undiscovered. The old lady passed away several years ago, and we still don't know who has told the truth and who has lied. Actually, in 2012, 5 years after Peng Yu's incident, according to Mr. Liu, the director of Nanjing Political and Legal Affairs Commission, Peng eventually admitted he accidentally pushed the old woman as he was getting off a bus. So now it has been revealed that Mr. Peng actually lied at the court, and in fact he knocked the old woman down. Unfortunately, I think the truth came a little too late. Most people only read the first part of the story and have never found out the truth, which came 5 years later. Nevertheless, the case has become a national cautionary tale, the Good Samaritan being framed by the beneficiary of their compassion. Peng's case is not rare in our society. There are many similar cases for the past several years. Sometimes the person who received help would frame the people who helped him in order to receive some compensation for the medical bill. Then other times, the people who offered help is actually the one who caused the incident, but they try to cover it up so they can avoid charges and liability. Anyway, no matter whose fault it is, after people have seen so many cases like that, they will be less willing to offer their help when someone is in need because you just get worried that you might get yourself into trouble. Those cases also lead us to the third major factor, the government policy and the law. Actually, China does have Samaritan law. It has also been updated in 2018 by the Congress, which the society believe are trying to convince people that they will be protected by the new law when they step up for others. Well, does it really make a huge difference? If you have any Chinese lawyer friends, they may tell you how they really feel about the law. According to the lawyer Wu on Zhihu, by the way, Zhihu is the Chinese version of Quora, he said that the intention of the law itself is good, but during practice, oftentimes, the judge failed to do a better job to protect Samaritans due to many different reasons. For instance, on December 26, 2018, after Mr. Zhao heard a woman was calling for help, he ran downstairs to check what happened. Then he saw a guy was using his hand to choke the woman. So he pulled the guy away, and during the fight, he kicked him on his belly. 3 days later, Mr. Zhao was detained for 14 days because his kick caused severe damage to the guy. And guess what happened to the guy who tried to hurt the woman? After the assault, some news reporter managed to contact him by phone, and during the phone call, he said he was busy playing mahjong and didn't want to talk about it. Although the woman claims that the guy was trying to rape her, due to lack of evidence, some lawyers speculate that the guy probably won't get charged as an attempted rapist. So what will happen to the bad guy? I guess we have to wait. According to the latest news, the police are still investigating the case. What do you guys feel after you heard about the case? Let me show you one more thing. I bet many of you guys have seen this poster before. It says, "Do not fight. If you lose, you will be hospitalized. If you win, you will be in jail." It even went viral in many Western social media. Many people believe it is a very effective way to deter fights. Yes, maybe, but if you think twice, do you think the message the poster is trying to convey is beneficial to the justice of the society? Personally, I don't think so. I think it is very irresponsible for any officials to put out a poster like this. When I saw the poster, I was like, what if there is someone who tried to hurt me? Should I fight back? What if some bad guy is hurting other people and I happen to be there? Should I stop him? And what if I win the fight? Do I have to go to jail as well? I think the most disheartening part is not the poster itself, but the logic behind the poster, which implies how law enforcement is addressing all those cases. No wonder some law professor has even recommended that in China, if someone is trying to attack you, the best way is to run away as fast as possible. Because if you fight back and accidentally win the fight and cause damage to the offender, you may end up in jail and pay a huge amount of fine. So you see, after China went through all these, the Cultural Revolution, all these infamous cases, and Samaritan unfriendly regulation and policy, very few people are willing to take the risk to be the hero. If you have lived in a society like that, what will you do? Are you willing to be the Samaritan, or you would become one of us, to stay low and mind your own business? You can let us know under the comment section. Okay, I think that's it for today's video. If you like my video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want more content about China from every Chinese guy, please subscribe to my channel. Once again, thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will catch you next time. Peace.